welcome to today's video. Excuse me, I'm kind of congested, so excuse me for my nasally voice. So today we are actually going to be doing a sleep benefits and sleep sound recommendation video. Pretty much anything that has to do with sleep, this is your video. So if you're like struggling with sleep, want to get better sleep, deep sleep, continue to watch the video. Because we're gonna be spilling the sleep tea. And like, it's really funny that I'm making this video right now because I haven't really been getting the best sleep because I've been congested. So yeah, but anyway, on a regular day, yeah, I'm just gonna like share some like tips and tricks that I have like noticed on like how to get like better sleep as someone who barely slept through high school. Yeah, and like college my sleep schedule got better, so that's why I'm making the video, because it's like I have a good comparison of both. And yeah, and even now too, like my sleep schedule is like way better like now, but like still sometimes I do have all-nighters. I just straightened my hair and I hope it's not getting puffy because I'm trying not to get, it doesn't feel like hot in here, but it's like, it's kind of, I don't know if it's me, like, because my hair's kind of thick, so like sometimes I like feel like very warm and then like my hair's like puffing up all of a sudden. And so, and I spent time on this hair. I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's growing out too. Yeah, and I was like so happy because like I haven't really been massaging, like, you know, doing the hair massaging, which really helps with the promotion of hair growth. That is something serious. Like, I saw it happen to my roommate. Like, she grew like 7 inches of hair and I was just like, oh my gosh. And then it actually works, like it does, but I need to be consistent. But this is not about that, but we're talking about sleep benefits today. So I have like a little list over here for like do's and don'ts on sleep, so you know, just like little side notes. So I also did a little research too, so like, you know, and the research literally solidified like things that have experienced. So it's like, you know, just for those people that like those like, where's the article, I need research, like, yeah, there's some research here. And if you guys have experienced some of these things, like, you'll know. So I have a list of do's and don'ts. We're gonna start with the list of, okay, let's start with don't, because I feel like do's are like, oh my gosh, like, you know, but the list of don'ts. Okay, so one thing you should not do is have like large meals or coffee before you go to sleep, or any food of the such, because you really want to get your body, at least you about like 3 to 4 hours before you go to sleep. You want to have whatever your last meal digested. Large meals, caffeine, sugar, or alcohol before bed can trigger nightmares, and you know, we don't want that. We don't want that energy. I haven't really had like a nightmare. I have like some scary dreams, like, okay, which I would not even call them scary, not really, but I try to stay away from this because I know some people, they have like, I've heard some stories like sugar, oh no, like that's a no-no. I heard this one girl, she had like she was talking about how she had like it was a TikTok story, I love those, and she was talking about how she like something about red Kool-Aid. She can't do that before bed or anything because she has like the worst of the worst like nightmares. I believe she even said it goes into the territory of night terrors, and you know, if you guys know anything about night terrors, that is not something you want. Yeah, so I would just stay away from that. And also too, like, you know, your body really needs time. You should give your body a few hours for whatever meal you have last consumed. I would just keep it at water before bed. This one is like personal one. This is like kind of like the sound. Some people listen to music when they fall asleep, and you should be mindful about that because frequency is a powerful thing. We're just gonna say that. And so like, if you listen to podcasts, frequency tones, music. Like, be mindful what type of music that you're listening to. Like, any type of sound, you should be mindful, because like when you're asleep, there's some frequencies and sounds, like songs, like I'm not sure if you guys notice, but like sometimes some music, like you will literally start to feel sick. And in high school we were learning in government class, we learned, I just think about sometimes, like when I see things, I just like, oh my gosh, we literally learned about that in like high school or like government. All I know is frequency is very powerful. It can be used to heal or destroy. It's something like, yeah, most of us have not seen like it, like, oh my gosh, like it's destroying, like, you know. But there has been like people who have been in the military, they talk about how like they've had machinery that could literally pull a man down to his knees, cause bleeding from the ears. Sounds drastic, sounds crazy, but one of my it was like communication and technology class. I want to touch my face, but I want to try not to. And we're talking about like the rock era and like the Beatles, I believe, and they were talking about how kids were bleeding from the nose and they were like head banging and stuff like that. And they were, I think they even said some people unalived at these concerts. And a lot of my classes, like, you have to, if you put 2 and 2 together, you know exactly what's going on. But like, not a lot of people like to do side research. I'm like really into like technology and stuff, so, and like people, so like, I really like, I'm the person that sees how things connect. And like some people are like, oh my gosh, that's a conspiracy theory, and I was like, dude, no, that's legit. And yeah, but you know, less nerding out. But I'm just saying, be mindful what you listen to. If you're listening to any type of frequency tones, you should not be like feeling nauseous or sick, because there are, like, even in like a lot of our mainstream music, there's stuff in there. That's why you should be mindful, be careful. So for the first do, have a set bedtime so your body's circadian rhythm can naturally wake you up, so like you won't really have to, well, sometimes you might even go oversleep, so I would still like set an alarm if you have somewhere to be, because you never know. One day you might do a good 6 hours of sleep, the next day you might need 12. So yeah, and the circadian rhythm, I didn't mean to increase my voice, but the circadian rhythm is basically the natural, your body's natural alarm clock. I believe that's how psychology says it. And like, you know, it's crazy how I remember stuff from classes. As we were talking about the body's natural circadian rhythm, yeah, it's your body's natural alarm clock, so you want to like try and have a set sleep schedule so you can wake up, your body can naturally wake itself up, you know, without your alarm clock, you know. Yeah, that'd be nice. Your body will naturally wake up once it has had a sufficient amount of sleep. The next one is have some physical activity. So like, I have been out of whack with the whole physical activity, but I'm getting back into it. I'm like a person, like, I'm not like, oh my gosh, let me go do some like cardio. I'm not gonna be running 5 miles a day. That's not for me. I'm like that person that's into like, I don't know, like those out of the box type of like workout activities. Like I like yoga. I can do some yoga. Now, yeah, yoga, I took a yoga class like freshman year of college. That was something serious. When I tell you world's best naps after that class, oh my gosh, I am telling you, that was yoga, shower, and sleep. Oh my gosh, like, I don't know what it does, but it's just like yoga was just next level. I have muscles. I was actually starting to lose weight from yoga too, and you know, some people don't believe it. Oh my gosh, you can't lose weight from yoga. Yeah, you can. It wasn't even hot yoga. And it's just like about the repetitive movements. Muscles that you didn't even know that you could work out was like gaining muscle. Like I was sore everywhere. I recommend you do some yoga. It was for a grade, of course, because it was a class. But it was really cool. Like I liked it. I actually had to do a dance class and I didn't have a way to get there because I was like 3 days a week. Plus I heard the teacher was kind of harsh. I am telling you, yoga, any type of like physical fitness, so too, because like I went to school in like Illinois, like middle school. Oh my gosh, when I tell you some army boot camp drills, that's how I knew there was something wrong with our food back then, because I was not losing any type of weight back then. Like I was, you know, I was fluffy still. And yeah, but working out will really help with, like, if you're struggling with mental fog or anything, you will literally like memorize stuff. Working out does sharpen the mind. That is totally true. I'm typically like someone that has to like, oh my gosh, like I need to like reread stuff over and over again because like I get like easily distracted sometimes. I don't know, it's just something about like working out, like you just don't get easily distracted. Like it's just like you hear it one time, you're like, oh, like the cue recall is like instant, like you got it.
We are going to do a voiceover for now because it was starting to sound really repetitive during the editing process. So number 3 for the do's. I was mentioning how your room should be relaxing, clean, dark, and quiet, and at a comfortable temperature. Everybody has that temperature that makes them sleep like a baby. So you should really focus on that, because I know sometimes if your room is not clean, that can like cause anxiety and just like yeah. So they also say too, I'm not sure if anyone like grew up with someone in their family saying the closest thing to godliness is cleanliness, or some saying similar to that, and as well as a cluttered room is a cluttered mind, which is very true. I really find that I can't focus on anything if I have a cluttered room. So this sounds a little repetitive to my previous segment on my yoga class, and that is because this is all about night routines. Now, I told you guys how I have the perfect recipe for a perfect nap after yoga, and if you just take that and put that into your night routine, you're gonna have a nice sleep. Great sleep, actually. So I recommend that you work out, do some form of workout like yoga or even jogging or walking your dog 1 to 2 hours before bed. And when you shower and do your night routine, you will be able to go into a more consistent sleep cycle and have less waking up throughout the night. If that is a problem that you have, this is something you should definitely try. Just saying.
I'm not sure if I said this or not, but I mentioned that get something nice to read. Get you a book. It doesn't matter if it's like, I don't know, a neuroscience, psychology book, or even a newspaper, or, you know, a book of drama, you know. I recommend like using a physical copy. Something about a physical book, it just really, chef's kiss. Like, it's I don't know, it just sends you to sleep. Like, I can read off the internet, but, or like a virtual book, but it's not the same like a physical book. Like, a physical book would never go out of style, like, in my opinion. Oh, I also recommend praying or saying some affirmations before you go to sleep too. Even like a gratitude. It doesn't matter like what you believe, if you're like religious, spiritual, or even atheist. Like my yoga teacher actually said it's important to believe in something. She said some people, they get to college and they don't believe in anything. I believe most people believe in like some form of a higher power. Some people are like, well, you can't really confirm or deny, because it's like, you know, some people get on the whole like, well, I can't see this person you want me to believe in. So it's like, okay, but everybody prays. It's a universal thing. Yeah, it's in anthropology. I remember like she was saying, like, it was like good advice, but she was saying that it's important to believe in something, like even if it's like you believing in the floor or the sky, like, you know, goes back to like that whole like it's something physical you can see, for those who don't, you know. But I say gratitude, like affirmations, like I am thankful for being alive, thankful for breathing. And even if you're like, you know, not having the best health or mental health at the time, or like the best of even financial situations, like you just put it into existence and like manifest it. Like, I am grateful, be grateful for that. Like, you know, we're trying to improve your health, you know, be grateful for that. Like, envision yourself healthy. Yes, like if you have a cold or flu, envision yourself without the cold or flu. Say, I am grateful, I am healthy, I'm grateful, I am healed. Like, yeah, do that. Oh my gosh, I just realized, can we actually tell people to pray on the internet at this point? Because I don't know. But it's not religious. I just remember, like, they had some of the craziest guidelines coming out in like 2020, and so I was just like, people were saying that they were getting videos taken down because they were telling people to use vitamin C during a world health crisis. Yeah. And I did get some of those crazy emails, and it was just like, this stuff, I kid you not, that was a weird time. Like, it was so weird. And it's like, you guys are doing some weird stuff for this to be a global health crisis. Crazy. But, you know, yeah. Even some weird stuff is going on now too. And they were letting the rainforest burn down. Like, what in the world? I mean, you know, what's that term? It's a time to be alive, because we are literally living it through history. Wait until 20, 30, 40 years from now, maybe even 70. We'll even be alive then. Some of us will. That'll be, yeah, great to hear about the future generations talking about what was going on, and like, oh my gosh, so 2020. I'm gonna put a list together of like different sleep affirmations, and like, not really sleep affirmations, I'm really like into like binaural beats. They're sound frequencies. I saw this one show, Wolfpack. Yeah, oh, I finished the Teen Wolf movie too. I'm like giving you guys some tea or whatever. But yeah, but Wolfpack, they I was like so shocked. Like, I love a good show with attention to detail. I might even do like some TV show reviews, like, because I love a good show with attention to detail, because I feel like everyone does, low-key, like, really. But I'm gonna put together a list of like binaural beats and different sounds. But oh, my reason for telling you about Wolfpack is, I'm jumping around because I'm about to wrap the video. But oh, Wolfpack, they were talking about pink noise, brown noise, and white noise, because one of the guys, one of the characters had anxiety, and that's like one of the things that he used to calm down. And I was just like, oh my gosh, this is so true. Yeah. But yeah, as someone who's always had social anxiety, some people probably think I'm like so mean, because I'm like, I'd always sit in the back of the classroom and everything, and like sometimes those teachers that will literally force you to like be out in the open. Like, this is like high school, middle school, elementary school, like, oh my gosh. And they would like, yeah, I would just like kind of like fade in the back and try to disappear, because I'm just like, oh my gosh, just like so much social anxiety. But then like, I don't know, I think some people say that like that you're empathic or something, you can pick up on other people's energies. I don't know. But anyway, that's not what the video is about. But yeah, I'm gonna have, okay, in regards to the end of the video, I love a good show that has attention to detail. I feel like everybody does. But oh, the show Wolfpack. So one of the characters actually had anxiety, and he was talking about pink noise, brown noise, and white noise, and just like listening to like the samples that they had in like the show, was just like, oh my gosh. I actually went and like listened to the pink noise, brown noise, and the white noise. I've heard of white noise before, but pink noise and brown noise is pretty new. I don't know. I thought it was cool, but it's just like, ugh, that's not really like I prefer the binaural beats. I love some of the, I've tried listening to the Ganesha sounds. I like that. Probably might make a larger video on this at some point after I get some more, probably want to read something on frequency. So I can go more in depth on that. But I hope you guys like this video, and yeah, hopefully you can't hear the background too much. Yeah, I feel like I said everything. I'll have the 2 articles that I have in here down below. So listen, never feel. Okay, yeah. Oh, so I have like a yeah, and I'll put like the PSA inside of the bio, well, the description box below.